Alright, so we're gonna be doing more of the same, which is contracts. And the reason is it's year one. We don't really have a way to build up the money we need for more fields and good equipment. Um, we have a harvest coming like next year in the summer. That's a ways away, and even then, I don't really want to harvest that with the equipment that we currently own. Um, our fields are in good shape, and now there's really nothing on our farm to do except to keep some hay and water in with the cows. And so this is what we do. We just get some juicy contracts. Now what I've noticed is that sometimes to get to these big contracts, you have to go through and kind of struggle a little bit with the little ones that maybe they don't look that good. I'll be honest. I took a lot of contracts that only brought in, like $1,000 or so. $2,000, things that you think like, oh, that's, do I really want to take this contract? It doesn't really move the needle. And all I can say is that by clearing those out, sometimes what you find is that the list will refresh, and then you'll see contracts like this where you get, a nice big field to work on that's going to get you better money. So right now we have two really plump contracts. We're going to get over like 16,000 for cultivating this field, and then we have a nice quick fertilizing contract. This contract is also going to get us a good amount, but these contracts were not on my list originally. I had to go through a lot of little contracts before being pleasantly surprised finding these big contracts. Now, I know, well, I guess I don't want to assume, but I have seen that some people that post, they're quick to use the AI worker for the contracts, and I get that. I generally, what's interesting is like, I'll use the AI workers more on the little contracts I find to kind of just get them over and done with. If you're not going to make a lot of money anyway, and they're small, I feel like that's when I use the AI worker. I know I did that with a couple of contracts for plowing, where the contracts were like I said, like around $1,000. So I just stuck an AI worker on it just to get it over with, and I didn't make much money at all. But with a small contract like that, you're not going to make that much money anyway. So I don't know. I feel like it doesn't matter. But then with these bigger contracts, I tend to sit and do the contract, I find. But that's just me. It would take an AI a while to get this done. I feel like you would end up paying them quite a bit to sit here and cultivate a gigantic field like this. I never mind spending the money on leasing the equipment, me that that's always money well spent. But I don't mind sitting here and working on a big field. Cultivating is not that bad, you know. You have 9 miles an hour as your working speed. That's pretty good. Now this isn't the biggest cultivator, but that's all right. It's not tiny. I think I'm on the wrong line. Try this line. Here we go. And certainly fertilizing goes quick. But that's what we've been doing. We've been working contracts until about sundown every day. Just trying to grind up the money. We spent almost all of our money when we worked on our fields, but we got everything settled. We rented the lime spreader, and what else did we manage? We got it seeded, and we rented a roller. Now we still don't own a seeder, we don't own a roller. But we'll get there. Right now, I'd like to raise money for a new harvester. But that's expensive, right? Because it's never just a new harvester. You have to buy the harvester, you have to buy the header, you have, you know, maybe a trailer for the header. Trailers aren't expensive, but it all adds up. And then I was looking at the MacDon. I got the free add-on because of the pre-order purchase of the game, and that gives you a big boost to your yield for grain and straw. So ideally, we'll try to raise enough money for that, but with that, it's tough because the MacDon, it kind of like cuts down and windrows the grain and the straw together. But then it still needs to be harvested, so it kind of adds another purchase. Instead of just buying a harvester, you have to buy the MacDon and a harvester. So that's around like $500,000, a little more, to get all that equipment. Obviously, we have our harvester, which we can sell, but our harvester is small and old. We'd only get about 50,000. But you know, 50,000 is a good amount of money to have. Certainly, it's not nothing. But it's only, you know, like a tenth of what we need eventually. So right now, the cultivator. Right now, all through the fall and the winter, we'll be looking to pick up contracts. I don't know that there'll be much to do from December through February in terms of contracts. Oh, one of the things I was disappointed in was the game. The game has an issue with the cotton contract, where for whatever reason, when I tried to do one of the cotton harvesting contracts, it didn't register that I was harvesting the cotton. And so the progress bar didn't go up at all as I harvested cotton. So that made the contract impossible. Now, I had heard that people were complaining about the cotton contracts. So I had saved the game. Look, let me save. Speaking of, in case the game crashes again. I had saved the game before accepting the cotton contract. So I didn't get punished for accepting the contract and then failing to do it and then being kind of charged money or whatnot. But I did waste a pretty good chunk of time. What mine is that? I don't even know. I'll worry about that at the end. But yeah, if I look at my contracts list, you'll see there's some nice contracts for harvesting cotton, but I've tried it a couple times now, and it just doesn't register that it's as you harvest the cotton. Now, I haven't tried it with the other harvester. Guess we could try it with what is that? Is that the Case harvester as opposed to the John Deere? We could experiment, I guess. There's a couple of small cotton harvesting ones. Anything else on here? A nice little stone picking contract. Your classic wood transport we'll probably do before October's over. And we can accept this contract on field 11 as well. We currently have cultivating equipment. Oops. Took too long in the menus. But yeah, if I need to make like another $400,000 by the time summer rolls around, I really don't want to be too choosy with the contracts, Kind of have to take what you can get. This Farming Sim 25 has been really good in terms of gives you like a boatload of contracts. I know in 22, you could kind of do the contracts and you'd run out and you'd be looking to see. It's like, oh, I wonder. Let me speed up time and see if more contracts spawn in. 2025, they may give you an ample number of contracts to work on. Now, unfortunately, I don't care for any of the contracts that involve the things like carrots or beets or parsnips, because the harvesting process is a nightmare. It's really a struggle. I did find the wood transport challenging at first, but then eventually I got a little bit more skilled at using the controls for the wood harvester, like to pick up the wood logs, the little crane. It still takes me a minute to get all the logs where I need them to be, but it's not terrible. And for the chunk of change it gives you, I feel like at least they're compensating you nicely for the effort, which is appreciated. We're making progress on this big cultivating contract. got 43% done, which is good. Let's... I'm trying to be better about saving the game. After after I posted my last stream, right at the end, I had finished, almost finished, I should say, rolling the seed into the field, and I was like, oh, look how great this field looks. This is so good. And then on my last path that I was working on, the game crashed on me, and I hadn't saved it, so it was back to being completely unrolled. And that was the first time my game has crashed. People were saying, oh, the PS5, it crashes. I hadn't seen it, so I didn't know, you know, the struggle. I should probably leave autosave on. I don't know, autosave always seems so invasive though. But it, you know, it does keep you out of trouble. That little safety net. I was looking at the farm, seeing how much space there is, and there's a good amount of space on the farm that's unused, where we can put either production buildings or animal buildings. Eventually, I'd like to replace the cow pasture building with a cow barn. It's expensive. One of the things we're going to need is a building to, like a grain mill building, because we're going to have quite a bit of wheat and barley coming in. Now, ideally, sell it as flour or even down the road bread, but I don't know, maybe year one is too soon for that. Probably. But when you look at the pricing, right, for like bread sells for about 3,600. You know, and barley is down at 682. And then even flour, how much is flour? You know, 1,500. So I know there's a cost involved to producing the flour, but it might help in terms of getting the most bang for our buck. And then how much does wheat? Let's go all the way down to wheat. There we go. Yeah, wheat sells for about 730. So the building construction, if you look at factories, we need the grain mill. A grain mill is almost $300,000 for the big ones. And it took, yeah. So yeah, that's probably a year 2 purchase, maybe year 3 purchase. because we still don't own a lot of the equipment that I'd like to own just for the farming itself. I don't own a good seeder. I don't own a good harvester. We have a good trailer. Even our tractors aren't the best. Sometimes though you can get away with using the tractors that are available from the contracts. %. The new GPS system makes it really easy to do contracts like this. Just set it on a line and watch it go. Cruise controls on. Easy peasy. So we're at 126 now in terms of money. The list of contracts we have now should get us. What is that going to give us? Let's see. This is 16 plus another 5. Plus another 7. Oh, yeah, 6.5. I never looked at the. Let's look at the finances menu. Let's see. Here we go. They have a row that says how much you made in contracts. They do. So yeah, you can make quite a bit in contracts every month. So that's good. I mean, that makes me optimistic that by the time the harvest rolls around, we should be able to afford all the equipment that we want. The MacDon bonus of like 20% or whatever it is. I don't know if it's 20%, 25%, something ridiculously big. in my opinion, if you're harvesting grain, it's a no-brainer. You're going to want to do it with the Macdon equipment. It's just too big a bonus to pass up. That's like only using an entire, that's like losing an entire fertilization state. That percentage boost in yield. What I was, you know what I was glad to see is that hold on, I went to the wrong thing. Vehicles. I want it to go to wait, here we go. Nope. Where's the I'm losing my mind. What do we got for sale? A truck. Case header. Yield improvements. Mulchers. Let's look at mulchers. They used to only have like these little mulchers, these little 3-meter guys. Now they've got big mulchers. It used to be ridiculous. You'd have a field like this in 22, and then you'd have to use like a 3-meter mulcher on it, and it would just take absolutely forever. You'd have a little tiny mulcher. Look at this one. Speed max 11 miles per hour. Just zip around, mulching everywhere. Now we're talking 11 miles an hour, 5.6, or 7 meters at 7 miles an hour. It's always tough to say. 7 meters. Which one is better? The little one that zips around fast, or the big one that's more sluggish? mulching is one of those things where even I struggle with it in terms of, do you bother doing it for the 3% bonus? I mean, I always end up doing it, but I'm not normal. Like if a friend was playing the game and they're like, oh, should I bother mulching? I'd probably be like, no, don't bother. Save your time. But then would I mulch? I would absolutely mulch. I need to see that 100% yield bonus. I know that 97, it's just like, so close! Must get the maximum yield. If you're not getting max yield, are you even playing Farm Simulator 2025? So I know this isn't like thrilling, and I know it's not moving the needle much, but and I was thinking about this earlier, you know, because I do a lot of contract work off the stream. I don't stream all the times that I play, because you know, it's just contract work. It doesn't really affect our farm. It's just something to kind of put money in the bank, and a lot of it's like this. There's nothing really. I don't know. It's not exciting to watch the cultivator be dragged up and down. But I was like, you know what? I was like, at least this way, I can say like, look, you know, I'm not using any kind of exploits. You know, there's no secret to building up your farm. This really is just how you build up your farm. It's doing contract work, and it's not difficult. It just takes time. So today we're just putting in the time. We're doing contract work. And next time I stream it, I may wait till November. You know, I'll go through whatever contracts I can in October, and we'll see where we are, and I'll check in. I'll try to check in like once a month maybe. But you know, year one, this is what you do. Do contracts, because you don't own a lot of land. You don't own a lot of equipment. You don't have a lot of animals or production points to deal with. I don't have greenhouses yet. So we're just chugging along. And the goal is to get the equipment, and then once we get the base equipment down to manage our fields, I feel like then we'll start looking to expand, either by buying more fields or by purchasing, you know, stuff that can make us money. But you gotta be patient, you know? Gotta be patient. %. I just have to remember not to accept the payment for this contract when it's finished, because we did accept the cultivating contract for Field 11, and I'd like to use this equipment to get that completed instead of using my own equipment. Now this cultivator doesn't have the option of cultivating either like shallow or deep. I noticed some cultivators can kind of switch between modes. Whenever I'm doing a contract, whenever I'm doing a contract for cultivating and it has a cultivator that has the option to switch between modes, I always choose the deep cultivation because it brings up the bigger stones. And then I hope that they'll call me back to do stone picking contract. But I don't know if that's a thing. It's just in a world of pure imagination. Alright, let's go. Let's see if I can get my water refilled before I get to the end of this row. Let's go to the kitchen. And let's see. Open up our cup here. Get a little bit of cran pomegranate juice in there. Oh, plenty of time. Plenty of time. And we're back. You can always tell we're back when we do the You can't sit down. You can't sit down without making a nice sound. Did you even sit down if you didn't go Alright, last row. Save the game. %. Ooh, the sun's coming out. Oh, it was a little cloudy this morning. Yeah. I hope you got a beverage. 99%. And we're done. Alright, so let's look for field 11. Where are we now? Oh, we're not far from 11. Alright. It's just south of us. Is there a road that goes through there? Maybe past field 26? Take that little side road. There we go. Alright, we'll cut through this little side road past 26, 27. And then we'll make a right. Hello, river. Alright, and field 11. Sneak through the signs. unfold our cultivator. Give it a second. There we go. And we're on to our second contract of the stream. Now field 11 is a little weird in terms of the shape, but it's not that big compared to the last field we did. So it shouldn't be too bad. Not a field that I'd want to purchase. It's got like a terribly odd outline. It's got quite a bit of a slope on it. No thanks. I did notice a good field to purchase over by the middle of the map, right by the train station. There's a... Oh, forgot to... If you look, let me see. Field 82 and 83. The land here is very, very flat. I was thinking of buying that eventually for the greenhouses, because, or production buildings, or both, because it's extremely flat and it's very close to the river. I just really liked it for those, you know, for those purposes. I like that the edges of the field are not oddly shaped like this one is. You know, when you look at those fields, you know, 83 has like this one little edge over here that kind of is a bit odd, but it's not terrible. And 82 is a perfect rectangle. So that has my interest. You know, obviously the fields near the farm I want to buy eventually, just to kind of expand. Whoops. But in the beginning, you know, I do want to have somewhere to put production. Greenhouses I've always enjoyed. And they have a lot of different things now that the greenhouses can do. I like when you get a field that kind of curves around and then the GPS line kind of curves with it. You don't have to do an official turn. That's always nice. Like if this had angled off on its own, that would be cool. This field's already 51% done. I do like these little creeks that they added to the game. I think they look really neat. I noticed buildings that had chimneys had smoke coming out of them yesterday, and I thought that was interesting. All right. We're not near any buildings, but yeah, that surprised me that they added that little detail. I want to get the weather station. I forget how much it costs, but I know there was a building that I noticed that said it gave you better weather forecasts once you purchased it. Got cloudy in game. Earlier in the month of October, there was some rain. Luckily, I wasn't doing anything at the time, and I just kind of skipped ahead in the month by fast forwarding time a bit until the rain stopped. But that was my first time seeing the rain effect. It was pretty good. All right, 77%. 90%. So this wasn't so bad. A couple more little twists and turns and we'll have this sorted out. If there are no more cultivating contracts, then we'll collect on both this one and the big cultivating contract we did before. Alright, 98. We're done. Okay. So let's take a look at the contract list. Deadwood contracts, harvesting contracts, mowing, plow. Oh, a nice plowing contract. That's a good one. 10,000. All right, so let's turn these in. Collect. Okay, and collect. Let's borrow the equipment for this. Very good. Alright, where is this going to be? This is field 65. Alright. Straight ahead across the bridge. Let's fold the plow. And we'll go across the bridge. It's a big plow. Go by the big sell-by store. Now we are running a little bit low on light right now because it is October. The sun does tend to set a little bit early. So let's unfold the plow. Oh, there's a fence. Let's fold the plow. Go through the fence. There we go. Nice. Alright, now we can unfold the plow. And rotate the plow. I have a plan, trust me. Just gotta figure it out in my head. Okay. We're gonna set this up right over here. And let's set up the AI. Let's just make sure that it doesn't struggle bumping into the fence. I was worried about this. Alright, what about if we tell it to work the middle first? I thought maybe the fence, I had a feeling the fence might interfere with it. Wow. There it goes. Alright. So let's set up over here for our fertilizing contract that we also had. Okay. turn that off. And then where are we missing? We're missing the middle. So let's take this line. Go. Alright, so now we have okay, that section, and then come around for this section. Very nice. Okay, now we can take this back, unload our fertilizer. Can't see. Too many trees. Any other fertilizer in contracts available? No. Alright, so let's turn in this one. Collect 6,400. And I'm going to let the plow contract keep running on the AI. And we're going to offset the loss that we take with that guy working by picking up this wood contract. Wood transport. Alright, so let's drive over to pick up some logs. It's gonna get pretty dark. However, the good news is that we're making a lot of progress in terms of getting our cash up. I've learned that if you follow the train tracks, it takes you where you need to go. Cross over, head back south down this road. It's tricky. It's nestled in here. Alright. So let's unfold the tractor. Now, if you turn the vehicle off, does this thing work? No. Gotta have the vehicle on for this thing to work. Makes sense. one. What a mess. I guess we can start on the edge, right? Work our way in. Alright, that's two. That's three. Almost. Maybe. There we go. That's three. Okay. Four. Let's turn it a bit. So it's straight. There we go. And release. All right. Lower it down. It's five. 6. Seven, I think we can nestle number 8 in between these top 2. And then I think we're going to have to drive to the sell point. Maximus. Oh, we're just trying to do that. Oh, I appreciate the follow. We're just trying to get that contract money in. So that's what we've been working on. The wood transport contract is always a nice paycheck. Meanwhile, we've got a pretty beefy contract for plowing a field going using an AI worker. Oh, I ordered the game through Best Buy, so I didn't start when it was like first available. I had to wait for it to ship to me. So this is I guess about 10 days ago that I've had the game going. I've tried to stream like once a day about, and this is stream 10 for me. So it's still year 1. We started in August. I started with the farm that they give you and $100,000, and I have I have our fields planted, and now that our fields are planted, we're trying to earn money for some better equipment. How about you? Did you get a hold of the game? Get your hands on the game? Save the game. I've had one instance where it crashed on me, and ever since then I've been a little bit more mindful trying to save the game. Oh, of course you do, Maximus. Of course you do. Yes, I do mind. I'm not looking for artwork. I'm looking to farm. No, you may not. Nope. No Discord. No Instagram. I'm just here to farm. Alright, let's unfasten these belts. And I don't like this sell point. You have to go all the way around the corner to get rid of the logs, which is a pain in the neck. And then run back. Here we go. Sell the wood. And we run back. And now we head back to get more logs. Running out of daylight on October. Gonna have to move it over to November soon. Where are we with the stream? An hour and 26. Long stream. But that's what you gotta do. You gotta put in that time for these contracts. They don't just finish themselves. This truck is so slow. Now we're moving. We got that downhill slope. Try not to miss this turn. It's always like a very tiny side road turn. It's almost hidden between all the trees. There we go. Then we have to go through here off the beaten path. Alright. Unfold, right? Unfold the tractor. Now I don't know if it shows up on stream. On my TV, I see that little tiny line on the bottom where it's like a pinkish line that extends up a tiny bit. I noticed that it goes away if I save and I quit. Now we're just gonna save. We're not gonna quit right now. to try to wedge the takes a little bit of effort, but eventually kind of wedge the gripper in between. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to slide it over to the logs. We're going to drop it and then try to grab it more in the middle. A nice grip. Up and over. I will center it somewhat, a little bit, sort of, kinda, and release. That's one. Let's go get log number 2. Hard to get a good view of this thing. There we go. Up and over. Turn it a bit. And let's drop it down on this side. Down. Over. Maybe we'll grab one from this side. We'll change it up. Because I like this little gap that I see here. Open this up a bit. Down. Let's see if we can't snag it. Is that gonna hold? Not great, but it might work. There we go. Let's bring it down. And, oops. Try to bring it in. Alright, that works. Not the cleanest pickup I've ever done, but to the truck, number 3. Let's see what we can dislodge in the air. so bad. It's still kind of where it needs to be. Okay. Now can I pinch it? And see if I can pinch it and pull it in a bit. Pinch it, pull it in. Did that work? It worked. Okay. That's 4. Let's go for this outer log. Try to separate it a bit. Just lower it. Nope, can't lower it anymore. What if I change the angle of the tractor? Now I gotta wedge it loose. There we go. Just let it go. Open up the grip. Get it. Try to get it. No, that's not what I want. There we go. And up and over. Okay. Down. And tuck it in. Lower it, let it go. Nice. Save the game. Okay. Out, down, there we go. Pinch it and move it out, and then open, and then up. And then extend it out a bit to get to the middle, lower it down. Get a nice grip. Up. Over. Down, turn it a bit. Big wage payment for that guy. It's been working. There we go. All right, let's separate this one out. Snag it and then drag it out. Try that again. Drop it down, snag it, drag it out. That's pretty good grip. Let's take it up and over. Let's put it down a bit. Drop it down. Okay. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do number 8. Same thing, we're going to try to pinch it, pull it away, then we're going to open, solid grip, and lift it up, and lift it over. Down to that little nook there. That's the spot, right? Right about there. There you go. Hold the tractor. Head back to the main road. And we'll make our way to the sell point. Alright, into the edge and sharp sawmill. And pull down into the sell point area. Remove the tension belts. Then run across the little stream up the hill. Around the corner. And we sold the wood. Back south towards the main road. Struggling to get up the hill. I wish this tractor had a bit more horsepower. Alright, so let's unfold the tractor. Go. And let's get this sorted out. Yeah, there we go. That's one. pull the tractor, fasten the belts. It's nice and quick when they're not stacked so tightly that you can't get the claws around them. When you can just grab them, it's pretty simple. So this contract, the wood harvest, is going to bring us just under $10,000, and certainly offsets the cost of using an AI for the other contract. But I think that's going to be it for this month. I don't think there's anything else that I need to do. Maybe I'll rock pick the last couple hours of October. Get it. That would kind of cover all the costs of the AI that we used. Oops. Missed the turn. But after we hand in this contract, we'll call it quits for the stream for today. I appreciate you tuning in, checking on the farm, watching how we grind to make some money. When we come back, we'll see what November has to offer us. Alright, let's park our vehicle here. Remove the tension belts. Head up the hill. And come around the corner. And boom. Wood transport contract is finished. Let's turn that one in. Nice. Okay. Pretty good day. We're going to make a little over $40,000 once the plow contract is all done. So I'm going to leave it here. We'll see you next time. Come back. Please do come back and check on us, see how the farm is doing. And I hope you're doing well. You have a good one. Adios.